telling me to rotate your phone.
Are we on? Okay.
Yeah.
My hair all right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Hopefully you're having a good week. It's been pretty nice here, and fall has definitely hit New England. As a result, I actually have my long jeans on today. Shannon's got a nice cocktail planned out here for you, as you can see, and I think she's going to cover a couple of other things. I have a couple of house cleaning issues I just want to get through, housekeeping issues I want to get through.
I think you might be upside down. If anyone has joined us, are we
Upside down?
upside down or sideways? If you could just type in a comment, that would be great. I think so I'm not getting any feedback.
Okay.
That's
Okay, so a couple of housekeeping issues. Last week we took our show on the road. We went to Provincetown, otherwise known as P-Town, to us local
we're
people.
sideways. Somebody just commented we're
Okay.
sideways. So do I have to stop it and restart it?
I think you just can turn the camera.
Okay.
So we took our show on the road, and
Okay, are we the correct
are we better?
Maria? Are we now not sideways? Still waiting for feedback. We're good. Thank you,
Okay.
Maria.
Thank you. So we took our show on the road to Provincetown, and we learned a lot there. We had some fun. We did have some difficulties with our uploading from the Wi-Fi that we were using at the hotel we were staying at. So hopefully you enjoyed it. We will get better at this, I promise you. And it's really just about us having fun during this COVID quarantine isolation dilemma that we're all facing here. So this is kind of what we enjoy doing. That's why we're doing it. So again, welcome to Fry's Corner Bar. The last couple of things I wanted to mention is on Sunday, my niece Cheryl turns 50 something. And also that is my parents' 79th wedding anniversary. If they were alive, we would all be celebrating, I'm sure. They are. Sorry. I always get choked up on that, folks. So, also I think I'm ready really just to turn it over to Shannon. I don't have anything else left to say. Kind of choked up there. Sorry about that. Shannon, it's all yours. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, so tonight we are making it's actually a new to us cocktail. We tried it a few weeks ago because our son Max had sent me a cocktail book, Nomad, and this was one of the recipes in it, and I love grapefruit juice in cocktails, so I thought I'd try it. But before I start talking about how to make the Hemingway Daiquiri, I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about maybe liqueurs you might want to think about as bar stock. Somebody had asked me that question last week, so I thought I'd talk about that. So the first one that I think a large number of cocktails call for is an orange liqueur. Now this is Cointreau. You can also use triple sec. There are a lot of different orange liqueurs out there. Orange liqueur it's a sweet additive to cocktails, so it actually reduces the amount of simple syrup that you need in a cocktail, and it's the foundation of a lot of drinks, particularly margaritas being one of them. So, and it's also reasonably priced. This is a 1 liter, and I think it was in the $30 price range. The other thing is when I talk about any of these liqueurs, if you're not sure you're going to like them, you can always buy most of them in either a nip size or just even a smaller size just to have. The next one that I want to talk about is this is another liqueur that is new to us. This is also on the sweet side, and that's in this cocktail. This is a maraschino cherry liqueur, and this is the Luxardo brand. We love the Luxardo cherries, but there's other, just like there's other orange liqueurs, there's other cherry liqueurs, but I recommend Luxardo. So those are sweet additives. They replace the sugar. The other ones, then there are also the bitters, which will add a bitter note to your cocktails. The one that we use the most, it's a base of a lot of the cocktails we like, is Campari. So this is an Italian bitter, and it is bitter. Like it's very bitter. So depending on whether you like a lot of bitter or not. So and then the sister to Campari is Aperol. They're actually both made by the same company. Aperol is less alcohol, it's a lower alcohol content, and it's not as bitter. And both of these are actually just great in seltzer water for a nice summer drink. So I recommend these two liqueurs. And again, these are in the $30 range. Then other liqueurs, which are these are kind of a very herbaceous liqueurs, and these are on the pricey side. And so I'd recommend you maybe look and see if there's a favorite cocktail that you like. We use these in this Naked and Famous cocktail we like, but there's quite a few cocktails that use it, and that is the chartreuse family. There's green chartreuse and yellow chartreuse. We use the green chartreuse more. It's more herbaceous, but recipes call for either. So, but these are in the $60 price range. So these are the ones that I really would recommend. You may want to try a couple, go out to a restaurant, try a couple drinks that have these in them to determine whether or not it's something you want to invest in. Because we actually have a lot of liquor bottles in our cabinet that, they sound great. We bought them and now we don't know what to do with the rest of them. So this cocktail that I'm making tonight has simple syrup, which, we have the recipe on our website. Oh, and speaking of our website, I've tried to work on the website. It's still a work in process. I'm working on putting in a recipe plugin, so it's easier to search for the recipe plugins. But over the next 3 to 4 weeks, I hope to have that the site up and running so that you can really search for all of these recipes. Simple syrup is just 1 part sugar, 1 part water, warm water until you dissolve the sugar. As I mentioned before, the Luxardo maraschino cherry. This one calls for grapefruit juice and lime juice. And I did want to spend a little bit of time talking about your citrus. It's always fresh squeezed and strained. And I actually double strain. And what that means is I juice them and then I put them through the same fine mesh strainer that we use when we double strain a cocktail. And I run them through twice. And then that way you just know you're getting all the great juices. And I just recently started doing that, and I think it makes for a much more balanced cocktail. Now, when we were in P-Town last week, we took these supplies to make the cocktail, and I had juiced the limes before I left, and the limes that I used were actually not the freshest limes. And the way that you can tell this is a nice fresh lime is you can, if there's a lot of dimples showing in the lime, and if you squeeze on it and it's more hard than it is soft, it's not a fresh lime. And the problem with that, and what it did, is it makes the juice very bitter because you get a lot more pith, because you spend more time squeezing it, and you get a lot more pith in that juice, and that pith just makes the juice bitter. So always make sure you have fresh citrus to start, because that's important for making a good cocktail. Then the final thing I want to talk about is the rum. So this cocktail has rum, and we've recently, I used to not be a big rum drinker, and so we've started a few of these Daiquiri cocktails, and they're rum based. And so we started with, and it's when you go to like your local liquor store, it's hard to find a top shelf rum. we had purchased this Captain Morgan's, which this handle was like $20. This rum, most rum is made in the Caribbean, and all rum is made from a sugar cane base. This rum is very sweet, and so it makes for a sweeter drink. Last week, I went to Total Wines or More and bought this Flor de Cana, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong because my Venezuelan is not up to speed. But this rum is delicious. It's actually aged in an oak barrel, so it's has some spicy notes and some vanilla notes. It's much smoother, not as sweet as the white Captain Morgan rum, and this was $24. So it's, you know, for a $5 more investment, you know, I find you get a much better rum. So I'm going to go ahead and start with making this cocktail. So as always, since it has citrus or fruit juice in it, we're going to shake it. So my shakers were chilled in the freezer, and it's a serve straight up. So I've also been chilling the coupe glasses that we're going to serve it in. So you just start by measuring. So we're going to start with the simple syrup, and it is 1/4 ounce simple syrup, but I am making 2 cocktails in one, so I'm going to double that up and do a 1/2 ounce. And then it is the same amount of the Luxardo. Actually, I'm saying that wrong. It's a 1/2 ounce of the Luxardo. So I am going to do a full ounce of the Luxardo cherry liqueur. And this is just delicious. And then it is a 1/2 ounce of the grapefruit juice. So again, I'm going to do 1 ounce. And then it's 3/4 of the lime juice. So that's 1.5 ounces. And then it's 2 ounces of the rum. So I'm going to put 4 ounces of rum in. Okay. And then I'm going to fill the larger 1/2 of my shaker, about 1/2 full of ice. I apologize for the time. Let's see if this time I can do it without dropping ice on the floor. Mike hates it when I drop the ice on the floor. So pour the liquor in. And now we're going to shake. And as I said, always, with the shaking, it's really a circular motion. It's a quick stir. You don't want to shake it and break up any of the ice. You're really trying to melt the ice to dilute the cocktail so that you get a nice chilled but also diluted cocktail. And I pretty much just keep stirring until the shaker gets so cold that I cannot hold on to it anymore. I'm going to dump this water. And then we're just going to double strain. So as always, this is the first strain. This holds back the ice cube and gets the big particles out, and then do the fine strain. Make sure you get everything out. And I like to just make sure I get all of the liquor out of the fine shaker. And when you do double strain the juices before you actually it makes it much easier to pour the strain. Now I like to garnish this with some grapefruit slide twist, and so I'll just twist that in, because that gets a nice, you get the actual grapefruit juice on top of the drink. And there is your Hemingway Negroni, Hemingway Daiquiri, and it is, I think you'll enjoy it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Love you.
Oh, that is so good.
It's very
That's
good.
Really good. So we would like to hear from you guys, our viewers out there, in terms of what you would like to see going forward. Maybe you have a favorite cocktail you'd like to share with us and you'd like to see us feature that. Also, I did an impromptu cooking demonstration, and we're going to probably post that on Sunday. It's a roasted turkey loin wrapped in bacon. So look for that on Sunday. The recipe is super simple. If you want to get it and make that on Sunday, you need a turkey loin and some bacon. Everything else you'll have in your pantry, such as salt and pepper and garlic, things of that nature. So I think that's all that I have for tonight. We definitely thank you guys for coming and watching. And if you're not able to watch it tonight, maybe you can watch it over this weekend. And again, we really would like to hear comments back from you guys, what you'd like to see more of, less of, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Okay, so have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.